Hi, everyone. My name is Esther Armada, and I am here with my friend, business partner, and mentor, Maria Williams. Today, we're going to share with you some information about how to better your health by biohacking your body. Now, you may be thinking, biohacking, what is that? Don't worry, we're going to share that with you in just a short moment. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my background. So I'm a mom of two beautiful kids, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. And I always knew that I wanted to go back to work. However, I didn't want to do the 9 to 5. So that's when I decided that I was going to be searching online. And so that's what I did. I learned a lot. I failed a lot. I struggled a lot. But eventually, I was able to meet some financial goals. And at that point, that's when I started to do some reflecting and thinking to myself, is this what I really want to do long term? And is this my passion? And through that time, while I was reflecting, I had stumbled upon something that has been truly groundbreaking for my health as well as my son. My son Marcus is on the spectrum, and I've been working diligently with him over the years, just supporting him nutritionally as well as through supplementation. So when I stumbled upon something, I decided to also take it for myself. And in just a short few months, my health changed dramatically. I had been suffering from chronic pain for the last 10 years. I noticed it was going down. I also have tinnitus for the last 7 years, and I noticed that the ringing in my ear was going down. With my son, I noticed that his speech was more clear. He was asking questions. He was commenting. He was engaging. And another thing, he also had eczema, and it was finally starting to clear up. So that's when I knew that I had my hands on something incredibly special. Something so special that I decided that I also wanted to be a part of it and share it with others. So I'm going to introduce Maria. Maria has a heart of gold. She has also been able to create a multi-million-dollar year business with this, just doing what she loves and sharing her passion. So Maria, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love hearing your story. I never get sick of it because that to me, that's the bottom line. Why I do this, why I share this with the world is because I know what we have our hands on is a medical breakthrough, and I know it's changing lives. And every time I hear a new person that gets on it and has a story, it just fills my heart. And I know that I'm at the right place. We are at the right place at the right time, and we're finding the right people. So thank you today for joining us on this webinar and learning a little bit about this medical breakthrough, what it is, how it can change your life. I know that your health is important to you. I mean, all of us, our health is number one. And so I'm so excited to share this with you. And, coupled with that is a business side of it. That's something that if you feel you want to share with the world, you can and build a business out of it. And so let me tell you a little bit about me and how I got started in this. I had never done this type of business before. I was in the human resource industry, manufacturing industry for over 20 some years. I lived in Boston, Massachusetts. My husband was in the insurance industry. And then in 2008, with the bad economy, unfortunately, our family got hit with that. And my husband's whole entire department got eliminated. Like one day comes in, boom, gone. Everything he had worked for. It's like, wow, how does that happen? Like we weren't prepared for that, mentally, emotionally, financially, any of that. So he found something else here on the other side of the country, on the West Coast now in Arizona. And I told him, yes, I'll move, but I'm not working. I worked 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and I never saw my boys. They were 9 and 11 at the time. And I said, I'm not going to do that to them in Arizona, and where we don't have family, we don't have friends, we don't have any support system. I had family and friends that helped me with the kids. So he said, sure, not a problem. We just have to cut back. We have to make it work. And so we did that, and for about a year. And then I knew that eventually I was going to do something. But I just wanted flexibility. I wanted to be able to, how can I bring some income in? What can I do, but have flexibility? And at the same time, I was on this healthy quest because in 2007, they thought my blood work was a little off and they thought I had leukemia, and it wasn't leukemia. So I said, whoa, something's going on. I got to get myself healthy. So I spent 2-3 years learning about health and wellness and what was out there, natural. What could I do? What should I eat? What should I not eat? What are the good stuff? What are the bad stuff? All of that. So then when my neighbor came over, in 2010, I've been living here in Arizona for a year, and she came over and showed me this ABC investigative report video that we're going to show you in a second. It blew my mind because I was like, whoa, that's like the missing piece. This is the key to what we have our hands on. Let me start our PowerPoint. Share my screen here so it'll keep me on track, and I won't miss anything that I want to share with you. Great. So, like Esther said, yeah, we're biohacking your body. Hang on. Sometimes it takes just a little second. You got to be patient. This is my family. My boys today are 18 and 20, both in college. One is a thriving swimmer. The other one's a football player. So what we're doing is we're biohacking our body. And that is taking biology, right? And in our case, it's taking natural substances to how can we fix the body naturally. And so nutrigenomics, it was just on the Today Show almost a year ago, first time ever that they were talking about nutrigenomics. Well, our company is at the forefront of nutrigenomics, which is the science of how can nutrition affect your genes. So before, scientists and doctors, they thought that, our genes were coded, meaning that if your parents were diabetics, you'd be a diabetic, right? Because that's how your genes were. You are, so that's why doctors always ask, what is your history of your family? What they found today is that less than 2% of the genes are coded. 98% are not coded, meaning it's the environment, it's everything around us that is damaging our genes that leads to diseases. So that's huge to know, and that's what our company has been on the forefront of this, trying to find what can we find naturally to help the body. Right now, it's a $300 billion industry, and they're predicting that in 2020, just in 2 years, it's going to be a $600 billion industry. People are looking for more natural ways and how to heal themselves because they don't want basically the side effects of the drugs. People the commercials are good talking about drugs, but if you listen, all those side effects. So people aren't interested in that. They're looking at how can I heal myself more naturally. That's why organics are on the rise, non-GMOs. People are taking their health into their own hands. So our company has developed a NRF2, what's called an NRF2 activator. And that's just a protein in your body that when you turn on that switch, it goes into your body, finds a problem, it goes back, and it talks to the cell. It's regulating the cells. It's telling the cells, this is what you need to make more of this, less of that. In Washington University, there's a lot of research being done almost in every single top university that is science-based, or has science is part of their curriculum, is doing some kind of research on NRF2 activation. This is from Washington State University. It has nothing to do with our company, which I love. And what it says is NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. So they're talking about this protein, turning it on, activating it. It's going to be the most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's huge. How does that relate to our company? Because that's what we have as a NRF2 activator, and we have the most potent one in the world. We haven't been able to find anything in the world that's more potent than what we have our hands on. And you know what? Nobody knows about it. We're still on the ground floor. We're a publicly traded company on the ground floor. No one knows about it. That just blows my mind every time I think of that what we have our hands on and nobody knows about this. So why is this all important? Because What Nerf2 does, it can reduce oxidative stress in your body. Why is oxidative stress important? And oxidative stress is just, think of oxidation, right? Think of rust on metal. Think of an apple. Cut it open, put it on the counter. What happens? It's going to turn brown. That same chemical reaction that's happening with that apple is happening inside your body, every single cell of you. What causes that? It's our environment. The cell phones, the pollution, the toxins, even over-exercising causes even more oxidative stress, the water, just everything around us. Why is that important? Because if you look on the other side of this slide, the oxidative stress is linked to almost every single disease that's out there. And you can go look this up for yourself. You can go to Google Scholar. You can go to pubmed.gov, which is the National Institute of Health's website that houses thousands and thousands and millions of research. And you can type in oxidative stress. What I typed in first, my parents are both diabetics. And that's one thing that I've always said, I'm not going to become a diabetic like my parents. And so I looked up oxidative stress and diabetes. Back 8 years ago, because I've been involved now 8 years with this company, 8 years ago, there was only 6,000 studies linking oxidative stress and diabetes. Now, I can't read and understand these studies because I'm not a medical professional, but all it's telling me is that there is a link with oxidative stress and diabetes. So what if we can reduce that oxidative stress? What's that going to do to the body? How is that going to get the body back in balance to heal itself? And so you can look up whatever runs in your family, whatever concerns you have, whatever you have, or whatever you want to prevent in the future. And even if there's just one study with it, that means that there is a link and a connection and that these products could help you. So let's show you that ABC. Let's show you this, and then I'll get back and tell you the rest of the story.
The following is an ABC Primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life.
It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can we scoot? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
As it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me?
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease?
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
Protandim NRF2 is protected by 7 U.S. patents. Major universities and government agencies initiated and continue self-funded studies following the ABC Primetime Investigative Report you just viewed that originally aired back in 2005. These studies continue to reveal more scientific evidence about Protandim NRF2's unique benefits and to evaluate how this anti-aging breakthrough can prevent and improve many of the problems associated with aging. The next video will bring you up to date on what happened next.
So the Vitality Stack starts with the basic foundation, Nerve 1, Nerve 2 ProBio, to which we added the new product Omega Plus.
Nerve 1 is helping specifically our mitochondrial function. It's helping the number of mitochondria that we need, so it helps the energy state, and it's also helping as far as what the blueprint is being followed, what genes are being expressed. Unfortunately, mitochondria, they produce free radicals, and oxidative stress is actually increased the more powerful they are and the more use they are. So we need to take Protandim Nerve 2 alongside with it to decrease that free radicals, to decrease that oxidative stress that's happening. And that's why we also call it a 1-2 punch, because not only are we helping our mitochondria function normally, but we need to clean up the debris that happens with a good functioning mitochondria.
The probiotic that we have, it's going to improve the health of the gut, which is where 80% of your immune system starts.
So to have the company create a probio that has Wellmune in it, that helps to calm that immune response, and in a time-release fashion where it actually gets throughout the whole intestinal tract to address the immune system.
The omega-3s are an essential component of our cell membranes, and omega-3 deficiency makes that cell membrane not function very well. We need those omega-3s to keep our cell membranes, our nervous system, our brain healthy. The other thing, vitamin D, is something that is just essential from all aspects. It improves immune systems. I think when you combine all of these products together, you've got the home run.
We're going to continue to be at the forefront of nutrigenomics, coming up with scientific products that are proven to get a better benefit than you could possibly get by just taking those ingredients alone and then applying that to the biohacking outcomes of our customers today.
Okay, so that originally aired in 2005, that ABC primetime. What's interesting about that is that, when ABC, now today we have Dateline and other shows here in the U.S., and I can't forget that we have internationally people watching this too. So forgive me if I just talk about the U.S., but a lot of this applies to you also. But when these broadcasts come in to investigate something, they're trying to debunk it. They're trying to say, hey, this is not real what they're saying, and they couldn't. And we found out even recently that John Quinones, the host of that show, is still on these products. 12 years later, he's still taking these products. Pretty incredible. 12, 13 years later. So what happened when that aired was that universities around the world started calling the company and saying, hey, we would like to get this product, because what they were doing research on, they knew those diseases were linked to oxidative stress, but they didn't have anything potent enough. So just think about that. Universities started contacting the company because they knew that oxidative stress was linked to the diseases that they were doing research on, but they had nothing potent enough. But Protandim, they felt, was potent enough because it reduces oxidative stress by 40%. So that's why they wanted to take the product and let's see what it can do to the different diseases that we're studying. We're a publicly traded company, like I said. Our stock was about $1. It went to over $20 just on sheer speculation in a couple of weeks. The company was a $3 to $4 million company, and with that airing, we've grown that company from $3 to $4 million to over $200 million in these last years. The company was looking at, they tried retail. We used to sell in stores, we used to be online, and that business model wasn't working. They tried that for about 4 years, and it just wasn't working. Our stock actually got down after going up to $20, $25, down to 7 cents. It just wasn't selling. No one knew. It sat on the shelf, right, at a pharmacy for $50. Nobody knew what it did. Nobody was going to spend that kind, money. They didn't know what it does. So the company decided to switch to the direct sales model, which is why you're hearing it from us through this webinar, which is just people sharing it with other people, people building a network of people, that either a network of customers or a network of distributors that are telling and sharing it with other people. That's what got this company off the ground. That's what got this product into the hands of hundreds of thousands of people now that are having great, amazing experiences. So here are some of the universities, just so you can go and look it up. This is what I love about this company, and anything that I tell you is that I'm going to give you the facts, and you can go look up those facts and you can find those answers. I'll tell you, when I first saw this, I wanted to go look up information too. I wanted to see, is this real? I want you to go look up oxidative stress. Go read just what it is. Go look at all the diseases that are linked to it. Because once you understand what oxidative stress is, and that we all have it, and as we get older, we're going to get a lot more of it, and we have to do something to reduce it so we can stay healthy. When you get that, that light bulb is going to go off, and you're going to see what we have our hands on. You're going to want to get it into your body, and you're going to want to share it with the world. So these are some of the universities that have done research. Louisiana State University on skin cancer, melanoma skin cancer, which is the worst type of cancer, showing it can reduce the tumors under the skin. Virginia Commonwealth did a study, and then American Heart Association published it in their journal. So the American Heart Association is the Bible for cardiologists. You know, this is what they use, and for internists also. This is what they use to see what's the latest and the greatest that's out, you know, for the heart and to prevent heart disease. Heart disease is one of the number one diseases in the world that kill people. It's heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, those three. And those three are all linked to oxidative stress. And this is the first time ever that a nutraceutical, a supplement, has been published in the American Heart Association. We have studies from Ohio State University. Johns Hopkins University right now is doing research on cancer. U of A, University of Arizona, there's a whole department on NRF2, and that Dr. Zhang that runs that department, she said, every healthy person needs to be on a NRF2 activator to prevent cancer. Prevent cancer. She's talking about cancer, and she's trying to develop a NRF2 activator with cinnamon for colon cancer is what she's pursuing. So it's just incredible when you see what these universities are looking at and what the power of what activating this NRF2 in your body. And not only are universities interested in this, but pharmaceutical companies, they've caught on to this, and they're developing drugs that will be that NRF2 activators for different diseases. There's only one on the market right now. Actually, there's two. I think one just got on the market for ALS maybe, but the big one that I know of is Biogenetic for MS, multiple sclerosis. 1 out of 4 women, unfortunately, are getting multiple sclerosis, and they don't even know why, but it's linked to oxidative stress. And so they did a study actually on when they were developing their drug, they did a study to see what other NRF2 activators were on the market, and they found Protandim. And what they found, if you look at the bold, interestingly, Protandim, a dietary supplement consisting of herbal ingredients, was the most potent inducer and therefore the most suited as a therapeutic strategy. So this pharmaceutical company, their own research showed that our product was more potent and was the most potent inducer of NRF2 activation. And that's huge for them to even release this study and get it published out there to show that something else is stronger than their own drug that they have on the market. So, you know, you probably have heard of, you know, direct antioxidants. You know, I like to show this just to give you an analogy of the power of what we have. Think of direct antioxidants. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 molecule of an antioxidant will neutralize 1 free radical, and then the body eliminates it. That's like having a flip phone. On the other side, you have activation. The NRF2 activation is 1,000,000-to-1. If you can turn on those genes, so you turn on, for example, the antioxidant enzymes in our body, like catalase, SOD, glutathione, those, you know, SOD by itself, it can neutralize 1,000,000 free radicals per second, every second of the day. So that's like having the smartphone. So we have new technology. That's why you've never heard of it, because it's just new technology that we're spreading and trying to get out into the world, this information and this knowledge of what we have our hands on. So here's our main signature product, NRF2 activation, reduces oxidative stress, human study showing that it can reduce oxidative stress in 40% in 30 days. We have a study that just came out recently from the NIA, which is the National Institute of Aging, showing that Protandim was the only natural product proven to extend life. So they tested hundreds and hundreds of different supplements. And this was like an 8 to 10 year study. vitamin C's, turmeric, resveratrol, CoQ10, anything, that that was good for the body, and none of it showed that it could extend the lifespan. This showed that it could extend the lifespan. NRF2 helps regulate your survival genes. It turns on those genes that are not coded, right? The 98% of your genes that are not coded were approved by the NSF and the BSCG, the Banned Substance Control Group. So that means that professional athletes, Olympians, can take this product. So we have all different types of athletes that are on this product because it doesn't have any growth hormones or steroids or anything that is, that they can't take. That's a banned substance for them. So a lot of people will say, well, I take green tea, I take turmeric, I'm already getting this. I've met only oh God, I can't get it out today. I met few people only that took all of the 5 products that are in our main, in our NRF2 activator. But the problem is we've done a study to show that individually they are NRF2 activators, but when you put it together, it's the synergy of it that makes it more potent, 1,800% more potent. And these are very subtherapeutic amounts that are in Protandim. It's just the synergy of how they were put together. The analogy that I love to share with people, because I think they get it, it's like baking a cake. If the recipe calls for 3 eggs, but you love eggs and you decide to put a 4th one in there, it's not going to be the same, and it's not going to taste the same, that cake. If you don't have enough eggs and you leave one out and you only put 2 eggs in there, that cake is not going to be the same as that recipe that you follow. That's why we have 7 patents protecting this product. It's because it's not just these ingredients thrown in there. They're put together very synergistically, the different components of them, in very specific ratios, and that's what makes it 1,800% more potent. So the company discovered that there are 12 different NRF2 pathways. NRF1, so NRF2 is for the reducing the oxidative stress in the body. Then they looked at what's the next most important or functioning NRF pathway, and it was NRF1, because NRF1 can repair and make more mitochondria in your body. So why is that important? Because mitochondria is the engine of your cell. It's what gets the cell working. What damages the mitochondria is oxidative stress. So first you fix the oxidative stress, and then you fix the mitochondria. So mitochondria dysfunction is linked to a lot of neurological diseases, like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, Huntington's, ALS, diabetes, cancer, autism, even heart disease. So it's real important to get your mitochondria functioning properly. So we developed the NRF1 Protandim, which increases that cellular energy, enhances the cellular health, helps improve your sleep quality, gives you more energy, and just slows down that cellular aging that's occurring. Then next, after that, we developed a weight management system, but in that weight management system is a probiotic, because 80% of your immune system is in your gut. And so we developed a probiotic that actually would get into your gut, because only 4% of probiotics that you're taking right now get into your gut. Why? Because of your stomach acids are so strong, they start to kill off those probiotics before they can get into the gut. That's why doctors will say, well, take 50 billion. It's because 50 billion is better. Well, it's because it's better because then you're getting enough getting into your gut. Ours only has 6 billion CFUs. You don't need a lot more than that, but that's what you need to get into your gut. And 60% of that is going to get into your gut because we use a patented BioTrack, which is an invisible coating on it, which protects that probiotic to bypass those stomach acids and get into your gut. And then it has Wellmune in it. Wellmune is an immune modulator. It helps boost your immune system that is in your gut, but it's a prebiotic, which helps the probiotics start to flourish in your gut. Wellmune alone has a study that shows that it could increase macrophages, and macrophages kill cancer cells. Just crazy the science that's behind Wellmune alone, and I'm so happy that it's part of this product. And then, like they said in the video previously, omegas. We need good, healthy omegas in our bodies. We don't need omega-6 because we get plenty of that from our nutrition already. What we need is the omega-3 to support the brain, the cardiovascular, the skin, the immune system. And then omega-7s for weight management and improves your metabolism. But our omega also has the daily amount of vitamin D that's necessary for you. And vitamin D, doctors are always telling us we need more vitamin D. We need more vitamin D. So it's just good for the whole, making the cells healthier. And we can trace our omega from the boat to the bottle. We know which boat it's processed on. It's processed right on the boat. So we're getting it nice and fresh and right into the bottle. Then we took that NRF2 science and put it into a skincare line. Yes, initially made for the fine lines and wrinkles. You can look at the picture from day 1 to day 61. And that was because of that study on the skin cancer from Louisiana State University that we developed this. But it also has healing properties. So what the NRF2, Protandim NRF2 does inside the cells, this will do on the skin level, on that cellular level of your skin. Helping with the fine lines and wrinkles, but also with things like eczema, psoriasis, skin cancer, acne, all of that. It's working on the skin level to improve the healthiness of your skin cells that you have. So the company puts those products together to offer free shipping because lots of people were buying all these products together. So we said, what can we do to better enhance the experience for our customers? So we've put them together where there's a savings, of course, by buying them all together, 20% savings. And then you get free shipping out of these different stacks. What I love with the Vitality Stack for the total body wellness is now we have these travel Vitality Stacks that it's just these little packages with everything in there. You don't have to think, oh, is it 2 of this one of this? It's all prepackaged for you. My boys that are in college love it. They rip it open. They say, oh, Mom, this has made our life so much easier. Rip it open and just take it. I love it. That's what I have in the house because I don't have to think in the morning. I got up this morning and I took it out and I just opened them up and took them that way. We have just a couple of more products that I'll go through real quickly. So we took that NRF2 science, different ingredients, and put it into a brain food. So this was made as an energy drink because we saw that the energy market is increasing like crazy with some really not healthy stuff. I don't want to say bad stuff, but full of caffeine, not good for your heart, not good for your body. So we wanted to develop how could we give people energy, make them feel good, and energy comes from your brain. If you can get your brain, give your brain energy, a mental clarity, a focus, that's where your energy. You need to work on the energy. So we developed Axio, which is little packets, put it in water. We have decaf and regular caffeinated. Doesn't give you the jitters at all. Very minimum caffeine in it. But if you look at this picture, this is a child around 10 years old, I believe, on the ADHD, maybe on the spectrum a little. And look at, in 1 week on NRF2 and Axio, look at the handwriting at a spelling test, and then look at 1 week later how the handwriting has just improved, and, and the concentration, the mental clarity, the focus, the mood. So we've seen a lot of children with, ADHD on the spectrum have great results with this because this breaks the blood-brain barrier. It gets into those brain cells and it helps I had one doctor explain to me, the information is in there in the brain. We just need it to connect. And this is what this does. This helps this all connect in the brain and the brain start functioning, with the way it's supposed to function. Mm-hmm. And here's the weight management system I talked about. Already talked to you about the ProBio. We have a cleanse to get the gut cleaned out. Very gentle, very easy. It can actually be done monthly. I do this cleanse monthly. And then a protein shake. It can be a meal replacement or it can be a snack, whichever. If you add stuff to it, it can be a meal replacement. And then the fat burner, which I love. Fat burner has 2 different scientifically proven different ingredients in it, Senetrol and Svetol, that are one from grapefruit and one from green coffee bean extract, does not give you the jitters at all. Throughout my lifespan, I've tried weight management, weight loss stuff, and anytime anything I took gave me the jitters, I was done. I'm like, I don't like that feeling. I don't want my heart palpitating. I'm not doing it. This works on the visceral fat. I'm going to tell you a story about my mom. My mom, her doctor said, hey, you've got a fatty liver. And so this is working on, when you've got fat in that visceral fat, you've got fat around your organs, and you don't want to have that fat around your organs. And that's what fatty liver is. And so she got on this when it came out. And within 3 months, the next time she went back for her checkup to check on her fatty liver, it had cleared right out. And so I know that this is getting rid of that fat, that visceral fat around those organs for her. So I'm really excited. Had no clue that would help with that. So we love our dogs, right? Our dogs, our cats, our pets. People were they were feeling so great. They started giving Protandim, the real Protandim pill, to their dogs and seeing huge results. So then the company developed a pet tandem. It has a double-blind placebo study done for dogs, and it shows that it can support the joint function, the mobility, the flexibility, the cognitive function. Look at everything that it says there that it's doing for dogs, it's doing for humans also. Just healthier, shinier coats, same technology, but just in a chewable format for dogs, and it has collagen in there for all those little joints. So that's our array of products. And so if you're looking at these products and you're saying, hey, I want to get them in my body, and if you're also thinking of people that need to be on these products, if names have gone through your mind, then really take a look at, listen now a little bit to the business side of it. And that's the main reason I got involved in this. When I saw all this science and I wanted to be on it, I told you both my mom and dad were diabetics. I knew I wanted to get them on it. I wanted to help protect their organs, and diabetics run really, really high in oxidative stress. So I just kept thinking of family members and people I knew that needed to know about these products. Hey, if they took it or not, that's up to them, but they need to at least know there's something out there that could help them. And so when I looked at this as a business though, so then when I took my, my wellness hat off and I put my, my business hat on and looked at this, okay, if I'm going to do this as a business, my degree is in business management. I wanted to know, where are we on the timing? Who knows about this, right? Because in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Wherever your house is located, it's going to be worth more money. So where was this business? Who knew about this? And then I looked at, Everett Rogers, the adoption curve, and looked at, okay, where are we in the timing of this? And we are at the beginning, right? The ground floor of this. Where, we've got, when you get the innovators, the 2.5% of the population, the early adopters into this, it's when you bypass that and you get into the early majority, which is the 34% of the population, that's when huge growth is going to happen. I want it to be, well, we still are today. We've moved slowly on this curve, but before we're branded, right? Before people know about nerve to activation, before people are talking about Protandim and it's on everyone's, cabinet in their cabinets, and along with a multivitamin, there's Protandim sitting there. That day, that's coming, because of what this nerve to activation is. I want it to be before that, and that's where we are today. So we have a huge opportunity with timing to build this business and get it out to the masses, and being part of that. That is where the major growth of companies come in, and that's where the biggest potential is. But of course, like anything else, you have to work this business. This isn't going to happen magically overnight. I tell people this is not get rich quick. This is, looking at 3 to 4 years to build full-time income. Yes, you can build part-time income, in a year. But when you're looking at building really full-time income, it takes time. And this takes time like anything else, but there's huge potential here. I love what John Paul Getty says. I would rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts. I didn't really understand network marketing, direct sales, but when I finally got it, that it's me telling people, right, building this network and then helping that network build their network and then expanding and building that network. This is how you're going to reach the masses. So I started this, just me, my passion, telling people. Today I have over 65,000 people in my organization. I didn't know those 65,000 people. I found 3 people, and those 3 people went out and told people, went out and they told other people, and they told other people, and they told other people. And that's how we've grown this business around the world. We're in 18 different countries right now. 11 of those countries, distributorships and customers, and 7 of those countries, just customers, available, open for just customers right now. But so if you're thinking like that, there's 3 different ways to get involved to become a independent distributor, where you're going out and building this. And we're here to teach you and help you. I didn't know any of this, so I listened to the mentors, the people who had experience. And that's what we do, is we teach, mentor, coach, and help you get to where you want to get to in this business. So it's $50 to start your business. And then you have 3 different packs. So depending on the country that you're tuning into from today, the prices are just converted. They're pretty much similar. And different countries may not have all of these products. We have to go through every different country's FDA, the regulatory agencies to get them approved. But Nerf 2 is in every country, and True Science is real easy to get it into countries. Anything you put on your skin, they're like, all right, sure, no problem. If it goes into your body, it has to go through and make sure that it's safe. But once it gets into your country, know that it's gone through the process, that it is safe. So if you're looking this as a business, we have a silver pack for $350, the gold pack for $650, and the platinum pack for $1250. The platinum pack is your best savings. Someone says, well, how can I save the most money? We'll get a platinum pack, because there's 30% savings there. So it's like if you were to get these products individually, you're going to pay 30% more. So even if someone's, even if you're just looking at, well, I've got a big family and I've got a lot of people I want to get product to, take a look at the platinum pack. Even if you don't want to build a business, you don't have to. You can get the platinum pack and you've got a spot in the business and see where it goes from there. At the time, we only had 1 pack when I got started, so I got that biggest pack. For that savings in it. And it comes with any of these packs. You get an instant website, and you get training material on there, and you get us as a team here to help you build this. We will train you. We use this technology that we're using right now, online webinars that from wherever you are around the world, we can teach you and train you, and we can do these webinars for where you are anywhere in the world. So that's what I love about this, is I don't have to leave my house. I can be that stay-at-home mom that I wanted to be, even though my kids are gone now. But still, you can build this from anywhere in the world. I mean, with my phone, I can get on a Zoom webinar and talk to anyone and build this business from anywhere in the world. So I don't have to worry about that 9 to 5 job. If I build this around my life and my schedule, and I have that flexibility to do that. So something else that may be going through your mind is, well, can you make money in this, right? Because we are publicly traded, we have disclosed, we have an income earnings statement that we disclose, and so you can make part-time income. Our distributors we call them from 1 to 10. For 1 to Master Pro 10. Pro 1 is $1,000 of sales going through your organization, and Pro 10 is $1 million of sales a month going through your organization. So Pro 1, 2, and 3, part-time income. And this I'm talking about is the residual income, people ordering month over month. So they're making an average, $75 to $500 a month. And then you start, as your team starts to grow and you get a couple of people involved with you, and now they're talking to people, now you start getting into full-time income, which are Pro 4, 5, and 6. Pro 6 is $50,000 of sales a month going through your organization. They're making an average of $5,000 a month. In the U.S., 85% of Americans are making between a Pro 5 and a Pro 6 income. And we have people that have full-time jobs, have done this on a part-time basis, and are earning this income now. And now they've been able to go to part-time, and then at some point, retire early, or work part-time so they can spend more time with their family. And then we have big-time income, Pro 7, 8, 9, and 10. So as you cultivate this business, as you grow it more, as you help teach and grow and build this community of like-minded people that want to bless the world with these products, then you start getting into big-time income. Pro 7 average of 11,000 Pro 8s, 22,000 Pro 9. I'm a Pro 9 in this business. Average income is 42,000, and I can tell you that is very close. I mean, that is the average income monthly that I'm making right now. And then Master Pro 10s are 99,000 to over 100,000. And so there is huge potential. Like I said, does it take work? Absolutely. But if you take the time and effort into something and you work it and you help more people get what they want, and you will get what you want out of life. When I first heard that, I said, wow, that makes so much sense. That's what this business is about, is helping others get what they want, and then it all comes back to you and you get what you want out of life. There are 4 different ways to get paid. I'm not going to go through it all with you. To make it really simple, on the Smart Start bonus, you get 40% commission. So if somebody gets that platinum pack, it's 1,000 points. You're going to get a 40% commission, which is $400. So go find 3 people that want to do this with you, that see this opportunity with you, and you'll get your return on your, on your business investment here. And so it's 40% upfront on distributors and customers. And then after that, it's an average of 5% that you're getting paid. What I want to just lightly touch on is the elite pool in the bottom corner here. So a lot of companies have revenue sharing. Our company has, a lot of companies have profit sharing. Yes, we have revenue sharing, where we take 4% of the global sales, and we put it into 4 buckets. And when you hit that elite pool at Pro 7, you get 1 share. Pro 8 gets a 2nd share. Pro 9, 3 shares. And Pro 10 can get all 10 shares. These shares are paying between $1,500 to Pro 10 is paying $20,000 a month a share on this, because you're participating in the global sales of the company. So no matter whether you have business or not in Japan and someone sells in Japan, you're getting a small percentage of that. And what that does is create an environment of everyone trying to help everyone, because we know if we all help each other, if we all work together, then we all reap the benefits of all of this. And that is what is so cool about this company and what they've put together here. So I want to bring it back and wrap it up before I give it back to Esther. Oregon State University, what is NRF2? What does it do? It says when it finds a problem, NRF2 essentially goes back to the cellular nucleus and rings the alarm bell, where it can turn up to 200 genes that are responsible for cell repair, detoxification of carcinogens, protein and lipid metabolism, antioxidant protection, and other actions. In their report, the scientists called it the longevity assurance factor. And that kind of encapsulates everything that I mentioned that it can do in your body and help you with. So we have a heartfelt community of people here, a heartfelt company that loves to help people. We build friendships. We have a purpose and where we're going and what we're trying to do, and make this world a healthier and better place. We travel around the world, share this with people. There's so much personal growth that you learn, and then you have this freedom to make choices, freedom to have, the life that you deserve, the life that you've always dreamed of. I know it's possible. It does take work to do it, but we are here to help you. So I'm going to turn it back to Esther to wrap this up for you.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Maria. Guys, I'm wondering if you were taking notes, because that was a lot of amazing information that could potentially change your health and life. So guys, what I'm going to have you do is, I appreciate you coming on board, listening to this presentation. I hope you had a few light bulb moments here. And if you want to learn more or you want to contact me, there should be a button below here or around this video, and you can contact me. So Maria, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Wow, I was just blown away. Every time I hear this information, I get blown away every single time. So I appreciate you. And for those of you that have made it to the end, I appreciate you watching this, and we will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.